Of the most fascinating enigmas of nature, the human eye must be considered one of the most puzzling. Although they can be occasionally fooled, the vast majority of the time they accurately interpret all of the world present in their field of vision. While nearly all humans rely on their eyes to perceive, Christians additionally depend on Christ to rationalize the world around them. And, just as the accuracy of the human eye can be tested, so too can the Christian perspective be tried. Some of the most straining situations of the Christian's eye can be found on the campuses of universities. The idea of viewing the world through the light of Christ is often denounced in these locations. Because of this, most universities fail to recognize the need for a Christian interpretation of the world, a faith-centered educational system, and the importance of godly leadership in society. Despite the general belief in secular society that a worldview built on Christ limits the mind, the truth is rather contrary. To perceive the world through the true Christian perspective is to gain the insightful input of the Creator in every aspect of life. All of creation serves as a reflection to Christians of the flawless creativity of the designer. Because of this, all that is available to humanity to be perceived cannot truly be comprehended until it is beheld under the light of Christ. Secular empirical knowledge simply lacks true significance until the light of Christ is applied to it. To view the world through the mindset of the Creator is to do oneself the favor of allowing meaning and function into every aspect of life. Application of this perspective to a college education can only increase the usefulness of the degree earned and of the knowledge that has been learned. Just as an organ is best studied in terms of functionality to sustaining life, all of college education is best received through the lens of its purpose in creation. A full analysis of any academic discipline is incomplete without the full comprehension of the light of Christ upon it. Though many universities fail to recognize this, it is the only true mode through which education can be fully received. Only intellect and wisdom gained through Christ is truly valuable and applicable across creation. Just as education deprived of Christ is incomplete, so too is leadership incomplete without the light of Christ upon it. Leaders in modern society need to have the ability to assess problems from multiple vantages as well as create solutions that serve the best interest of all involved. Only Christ understands the true best interest of any individual, therefore his instruction is absolutely necessary when assessing a dilemma. Without this spiritual insight, leadership is limited to the flawed nature of man. Christian leadership in the church as well as society is the only true expedient through which to execute the will of Christ in the world today. Only the leadership of Christ can guide society in a direction closer to his will, and the way to achieve this on earth is through leaders who submit their inclinations and determinations to him. Just as the lens of the eye may interpret the world, the light of Christ applies meaning to all facets of creation. From the pursuit of a college education to the benevolence of societal leadership, nothing is complete without a full understanding in Christ. Despite the flawed nature of humanity, the pursuit of a better society under the benevolence of God is still possible through the mercy of Christ.